Greetings, incoming MSW class of 2021. This is Greg, and I'm writing to talk to you about a stipend program that could support your education that you may want to apply for. So thanks for tuning in, and let me just show you some of these slides here. So this is an Adult Protective Services stipend program. It is funded by Bay Area counties, and it is meant to generate a workforce of social workers who are equipped to work for Bay Area County Adult Protective Services units. Every county has a unit like this, and they respond to concerns from the community or providers around suspected elder or dependent adult abuse or neglect, including self-neglect, physical abuse, sexual abuse, as well as financial abuse. So this program is specifically intended to kind of funnel your training so that you are specifically prepared to enter that workforce when you enter. The amount of the stipend is, it's available for people that we select, and we expect to select 4 or 5 incoming students. And the award is for $18,500 per academic year. So, each person who's selected will receive that award both years. So that equals about $37,000 total. In terms of who's eligible, you can't be receiving another workforce stipend. So if you're a child welfare scholar, if you're chosen for a Latinx Center of Excellence, our funders require that you only select one program. And you have to be admitted to the Advancing Health and Wellness Across the Adult Lifespan specialization. And then in addition, requirements are that you will need to have selected placements in the first and second year that are somewhat restricted, meaning that by accepting the stipend, if you're offered it, you're agreeing to do a first-year placement in an aging services, probably nonprofit-focused agency, and you're agreeing in your second year to do an adult protective services placement in a Bay Area county. And also just to mention that you must be a U.S. citizen or national to apply for this particular award. And the application will be due on Monday, May 13th at 9 a.m. So some of the information here is, kind of duplicative, but I'll just cover it anyway. So again, just reminding you that you must do your placement at an aging specific site in your first year, an adult protective site in your second year. That in general, applicants are expected to have demonstrated passion for, commitment to working with aging processes, older adults and their families. We specifically value applicants who have special language or cultural competencies that match up to the needs of vulnerable and underserved communities in the Bay Area. And then we want to make sure that you are capable of and committed to being employed, because the stipend does have a work back requirement, which I will describe in a few minutes. So in order to complete the program successfully, and by the way, if you withdraw from the program, you are expected to pay back the stipend. So it's really important that you are clear that you are willing and able to commit to this, but you are expected to complete your MSW program and to take all of the required courses for advancing health and wellness across the adult lifespan. We also ask that you complete our certificate program in aging services. That is something that you should be able to do through your placements as well as through the coursework we offer you. Let's see. And then the additional requirement that I haven't mentioned is in your second year, you will do a research project, and we ask that you do a project related to looking at program evaluation or needs assessment data, preferably in the county in which you're placed, so that you can understand population level needs and be thinking about quality improvement. Again, the first year placement, you will be in some kind of publicly funded agency focusing on older adults and their families. This may be a federally qualified health center. It's usually some kind of nonprofit. And again, your second year placement would be restricted to a Bay Area County Adult Protective Services unit. In addition, we do ask that you participate in occasional program meetings with the identified faculty to tell us what your experience is. We often involve your field instructors. Those are the agency-based people who supervise your learning on their site, so we engage with them as well. There's pre and post tests that you need to complete at regular intervals. They're not really tests so much as because they don't result in your grade, but they help us understand if the education we're providing you is reaching its intentions. And then after you graduate, you are required to stay in touch with the California Social Work Education Center for a period of up to 3 years so that we can track where you're working and what your observations of that are, and also how well the program prepared you for that employment. So you are required, and this is the main commitment that I want you to think deeply about. You are required upon graduation to complete 2 full-time years in an adult protective services unit in one of the 12 Bay Area counties. If you are unable to fulfill that obligation, you will be asked to pay back the stipend in full, and that is quite a financial obligation, as you can imagine. So we really want to emphasize, please be really serious that this is the work that you want to do. We understand that students are struggling to fund their education, this will work out not well if you are unable to meet the requirements and do this. You must fulfill this obligation in California. You must stay in the Bay Area. So, if you're not thinking you'll stay in California for 2 years after you graduate and be able to fulfill this, then I do recommend that you consider not applying for this. We give you 6 months to find employment, and we will support you during that period, in some basic ways. We'll have some employment workshops for you, resume, job interviewing, and we'll also provide you with a list of contacts to pursue. Let's see. I think that's the main stuff there. If you have questions, I hope that you will reach out to me at gregmerrill@berkeley.edu. I hope that you will consider this opportunity. If you're interested, there is an application and the link is provided. And the questions, I'll include a sort of a hard copy of the questions, but I do want to say it's a Google form and you have to complete it in one sitting. It doesn't allow you to save. So you might want to look at the hard copy first and prepare your answers, particularly the essays, and have a resume that's updated and ready to go, and then start the application. The essay questions really matter a lot, so I do want to make sure that you know what those are. So, if you look at page 14 of the hard copy application, they're there for you. Also, in terms of next steps, once we've received your application by the deadline, Monday, May 13th, 9 a.m., I will be in touch with you, or someone will be in touch with you to schedule your interview. We can interview you in person at Berkeley Social Welfare, or we can arrange for you to be interviewed by Skype or Google Hangouts, preferably so that we can see you and you can see us. But if that is not possible for you, telephonic interviews will be arranged. All right, well, thank you so much. I hope that at least 5 of you will be interested in applying for this, and we look forward to meeting you soon. Thank you for paying attention to this.